So, March 8th rolls around every year, and we see all this stuff about International Women's Day. But have you ever stopped to think about what it's really for? Is it just about celebrating, or is there something bigger, something more urgent going on? Let's get into it and find out.
And that question, right there, is the key to understanding the whole thing. Are we looking back and saying thank you? Or are we looking forward and saying we've got work to do? Well, the answer is it's got to be both.
Yeah, this day really has two jobs, two big purposes. On one hand, you've got to stop and recognize the amazing things women have accomplished. But at the exact same time, it's this massive platform to push for the changes that still need to happen. And you can see that split really clearly here. You've got the celebration side, honoring the scientists, the leaders, the artists, the everyday women who make a difference. But then you have the call to action side. And that's the part that serves as this huge global alarm clock, reminding us all that the fight for real equality and basic rights, yeah, that's nowhere near done. So, how did we even get a day like this? Where did it come from? Well, you might be surprised. It didn't start in some fancy government building or a corporate boardroom. Nope. It started on the streets with working women who were fed up and demanding better.
Okay, so this timeline is awesome because it shows you just how this thing snowballed. It all kicks off in 1908. You've got thousands of women, garment workers, marching in New York City. They wanted better pay, safer conditions, and the right to vote. Simple as that. Then, just 2 years later, this German activist, Clara Zetkin, stands up and says, hey, let's make this an international thing. And boom, by 1911, it explodes. We're talking over 1 million people in countries like Germany and Denmark celebrating the very first International Women's Day. It still took a while, but that grassroots power eventually led to the United Nations making March 8th official in 1975. I mean, what a journey, right? From one street protest to a day the whole world recognizes. And all that history, all that protest and fighting for change, it opened doors for so many women to do incredible things. So let's shift gears a bit and celebrate some of those trailblazers who really changed the game.
And just think about how big this has become. Today, we're talking about more than 100 countries that officially observe this day. That's huge. It's a genuine global moment for people to stop, reflect, and get inspired.
Okay, first up, a name that's basically a synonym for genius, Marie Curie.
And here's the thing about her. She wasn't just a pioneer for women in science. She was a pioneer for science, period. Think about it. She was the first woman ever to win a Nobel Prize. And then she became the first person to win a second one in a different scientific field. Her impact is just massive. You really can't overstate it.
All right, so from a giant of history to a modern-day icon, let's talk about the incredible Malala Yousafzai.
I mean, her story is just pure courage. For simply demanding that girls have a right to an education, she faced unbelievable violence. But she survived, and she didn't just get quiet, she got louder, becoming the youngest Nobel Peace Prize laureate ever. She turned her personal struggle into a global movement. Then you have women whose power comes from a different place, from incredible compassion. And there's probably no better example than Mother Teresa.
Her name alone is known all over the world for humanitarian work, right? She built this incredible legacy on one single idea, dedicating her entire life to helping the poorest and most vulnerable people. A totally different kind of strength, but so, so powerful.
And from helping people on Earth, we look all the way up to the stars with Kalpana Chawla. As the first woman of Indian origin to go to space, she didn't just break a barrier, she absolutely shattered it. She showed millions of kids and adults that the possibilities are literally out of this world. Look, celebrating these incredible women is so important, but the best way to truly honor them is to keep fighting the battles they fought. Because if we're being honest, the mission for real equality, it is a long way from being over. And this right here, this lays out the hard truth. We're still talking about pay gaps all over the world. We're still looking at governments and boardrooms where women are seriously underrepresented. And in way too many places, girls still can't even get the education they deserve. So what this tells us is that this isn't just one problem. It's a fight on every front, from the classroom to the corner office. And that brings us to a really, really important point. This isn't just a women's issue. It's not something one group can solve on their own.
The message is crystal clear. It takes all of us working together to build a society that's actually fair for everyone. So that brings the whole story right back to you, because this isn't just history, it's happening now, and everyone has a part to play. The big question is, okay, what can I actually do? Well, here are 4 really practical things anyone can do. Seriously, you can put your money where your mouth is and support women-owned businesses. You can use your voice, even just on social media, to share the stories of awesome women you know. You can support groups that are working to get girls into school. And maybe the most important one, you can advocate. Just speak up when you see or hear something that's not right. So in the end, that's what International Women's Day is all about. It's a reminder that equality isn't just a given. It's not something that just happens. It's a goal. And it's a goal we all have to actively work for every single day. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's your part in this going to be?